Welcome to this week's episode of Ranting, the Rant Files, the podcast that has strong opinions and zero filters.
Yeah.
I'm Nick, and this is my lovely wife, Miranda.
Hi.
And today we have a guest with us. This is my good friend, Gabe, and he's here to join in on the fuckery.
Yeah.
They're both going in this episode completely blind and don't know what any of the topics are. For those that are familiar, this is the typical structure of these episodes. However, we have a little bit of a twist with this episode. Mm-hmm. So Gabe has told me some wild fucking stories at the barbershop, and I invited him on to tell one of them, or multiple if you want.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of the typical feel-good story, at the end, we'll hear Gabe's bum fight story, plus whatever other stories. So let's get right into it.
Yep.
All right, so first up, we got rant or rave. So typically I pick 4 topics, and we see which one Miranda wants to rant or rave about. Okay. Right? This time, I'm switching it up. I'm picking this time. And we'll get your guys' opinions on the topic.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the first one is combating burnout versus being lazy. And what's the line between the two? This is something I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. Because I've talked to people about this individually, right? Not on the podcast or whatever. But I've talked to people about it before. And there seems to be like a gray area in between combating burnout and just being fucking lazy. So what do you guys think?
That's a tough one, right? Because I feel like a lot of the times people know when they're burnt out, but there's like this, like, they tell people they're burnt out, but low key, they just want to say, I just want to fucking sit here on my couch and be on my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it's, you don't want to say that because you don't want to take ownership of like, fuck, they're gonna know I'm lazy.
Exactly,
I
right.
feel
Yeah.
like when if you're like truly burnt out, I don't think that like you're just like, oh my God, I'm so burnt out, because you're still trying to like push through and you know, like when I got there, I didn't realize like I was burnt out until like much.
And then
later.
when you guys are burnt out, do you guys like, can you guys visually see it, or are you guys the type of people to hide it, or?
For me, it's I've gotten it down to like almost like a science where like I know when it's like if I'm just not feeling it and I'm just being lazy, like just fucking power through. But there was a day, probably a month or two ago, where I woke up on one Monday and I was just like, I'm tired, because like building everything and all that kind of stuff, all the development that I was doing for the company.
Absolutely.
And I was just like, I was just burnt out. So I was like, I'm just gonna take a day. You know what I mean? But like, I don't make it a regular thing. But I understand, for me personally, I understand the difference between the two. Like I know when like I'm just being lazy, like man the fuck up. Like
I
get
think
up and do the
that
thing.
was,
You know?
I would say from like the outside perspective, I guess, from what I saw of it, I don't think it was necessarily being lazy, but it was trying to like prevent it from getting to full burnout.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
Yeah.
I think I even told you that when you were like, oh,
Yeah.
I know I have this and to do and this and that to do and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're going to burn yourself out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I ended up taking a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that's where maybe, I don't know if that would be like the gray area, if you can kind of see it coming and try and get in there before to try and, you know, stop it from happening.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're doing it on like a weekly basis, like every Monday is just like an off day for you.
Yeah.
Like
if you
that's
feel
you,
burnt
right?
out
But, like,
I think you need a new job.
At that point,
I
you need to
mean,
like catch it and then like figure out, okay, what can I do to not get to that point where I'm just completely
yeah,
burnt
like
out?
maybe you're doing something like
Yeah.
Sunday that's just like throwing off your Monday. Maybe that's what you address instead of just taking every Monday off. Something like that. You know what I mean?
something. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, if you've taken the steps to try and like fix it, and you're still feeling that way, then
Exactly.
it's obviously not laziness, and it's not
Right.
like you're getting there if you're not already there, and like it's gonna get bad if you don't do something.
Yeah,
about
absolutely,
it, so.
absolutely.
What do you guys think about people that just don't take personal days at all?
I don't think it's good.
Some people are just built that way, though.
I've met a lot of people, man. It's so crazy. It's just people who, like, their time to relax is like simple things, right? Like chilling in the car, or like if they have kids, like their time to relax is like once they put them in their car seat and as they walk to the driver, you know, so
Yeah,
they take
that's
their
their-
time. You know what I'm saying?
that's when
Like,
they
I've done that. Oh, I have absolutely done that on long days. I'm like, I'm gonna take a long walk around like the back of the car.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Or like whatever,
I would take
whichever
laps.
way is the shortest.
You can just watch me pass you.
Yes. No, there have actually been times when I've like gone around the back of the car and I just have to do one of these.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, we just have to make it.
I love my
home.
daughters to death. I love being a parent, but holy cow, like this is all new to me. My daughter's a year and a half, waiting on her second, and holy cow, man, I could work 7 days a week nonstop. When it comes to kids, man, you got to deal with crying and a bunch of stuff going on, and then you got to deal with your mental health, their mental health, and then your lady telling you some random shit that doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I get the green dress or the blue dress? Bro,
you're like, that is the last thing that I care about right now. Yeah, no, it's definitely it's easy to get overstimulated.
Or would you love me if I was a worm? I'm like,
I hate those questions, bro. I hate those questions.
And I think they know. Bro.
Would you still love me if I was a mosquito?
Yeah.
Like I'd put you in my pocket. Like I don't know.
It's the craziest thing ever.
But I will say though is that females are women are a lot better with that than men are. I found the people that I talk to and stuff like that, like with the patience with the kids and like.
No,
like
absolutely.
juggling all of that and everything, dude.
Absolutely,
she is so much better than I am.
You remember when after I don't know if they did when you guys had your kids, they showed you the video of like "Don't shake your baby" syndrome, right? Don't shake your baby video.
I don't remember seeing a video about it, but I had our daughter. I mean, I read about it.
When we had our daughter, they had us watch the video, and I remember thinking, that is the craziest thing ever. Why would I ever want to do that or shake my baby when it's been 3 weeks and you haven't really slept? It's 3 a.m. and she's crying, and you're just like.
Dude. Yeah,
I understand.
Exactly.
I get it.
Oh, yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Yes. When you've not slept and they're like screaming and it's the middle of the night, there's been times where I'm like, you're just gonna have to fucking scream.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, you scream in your room. I'm gonna go scream in my room.
And then when the lack of sleep, like the most randomest arguments. I'm pretty sure you guys have.
Oh God!
Right? Like just like who left the door open?
Oh, when you're exhausted?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, of course.
Just ready to argue. You know?
You can't, but you can't like hold that against each other. Like we've definitely had the ones where we like get it. It's not even a real argument. Like we're half asleep in the middle of the night, and somebody makes a snide comment about like who's gonna get the baby, and then we're pissed at each other the whole next day.
And then you gotta do.
And then we're like, finally at night, we're sitting together, and we're like, so what the fuck was that about last night? And it's like, dude, I was gonna ask you. I was asleep. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. We were mad at each other all day. We were both half asleep. We don't know what the fuck happened last night. We're just sleep deprived. That's all that it is. We're just sleep deprived.
I remember that first time we had our daughter and we're feeding her, and it was like 3 a.m. We're still in the hospital, and I was half asleep. My lady's like, "Hey," woke me up. She's like, "We gotta feed our daughter." I stood up on the couch and I'm just like, "Whose fucking baby do we gotta feed?" I totally forgot we were in the hospital. I totally forgot we're
whose fucking baby.
Like you remember
goddamn my baby is that?
Dude, like you're in the military doing like fire guard or radio guard or whatever, and then like you're just so half asleep, like, hey, wake up, you got fire guard.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, same exact feeling.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
that's funny.
I forgot we were in the hospital.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, whose baby are we?
I was gonna say when they're brand
new parent though, dude. That's
I used to have. I don't know if she's ever talked about like having dreams leading up to having the baby. But I did, having both kids. I started having dreams that I was like going somewhere and I had the car seat, and I'd get to the place and I'd put the car seat down. The fucking baby wasn't in it. So like I kept, it was terrifying. A recurring dream for both kids. Yes. So in the beginning, I was always like, where's the baby? Where's the baby?
Sure,
like, let me make sure that I didn't forget that there's a baby. Like I had to keep reminding myself like, there is another person here. And like even I think with Malachi, we were so paranoid about like forgetting the car seat in the car that we're like, we're not even gonna put the car seat in the car until we have him.
Oh dude, like there's days where I'm driving I put the car seat in my lady's car, right? Don't have nothing. There's times I'll be driving and just like
you're so
baby.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Dude, that is a fear that I've had for a long time. Is like forgetting. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because you hear the horror stories, like people that like forget.
Yeah, like
that
it's out of your routine. Like the worst like
scenario in your head.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, for a long time there, I was like, where's the babies?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm always aware. You know what I mean?
I always joke around with my lady. It's kind of fucked up, but I'm like, babe, I love my family. I'm never gonna leave. I always take care of them. But I see why some dudes leave. Like, I get it. I totally get it.
We're 14 years in, and we still make the joke about going to get milk.
Yeah,
we still do
just said that today, actually.
Like,
I did earlier at the mall.
I'm not, I don't judge. But when dudes leave, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
I get
Sometimes, sometimes.
I'm not gonna do it, but I get it.
I get it.
Some days,
so funny.
especially like if it's been, oh God, when you would be gone too, like especially after you'd be in the field or something, he'd come home and I'd be like, I'm gonna give you like a good 24 hours, like I'll be really nice, but I'm fucking leaving. Like I am getting out of this house. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't text me. If anybody says mom, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, oh my God.
And you know what's funny is like when all that happens and you just want that break, when you finally get your break, all you can think about is
go home.
Oh, you think about your family.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, we'll go to like a show or dinner or something, and my lady's like, "Look, babe, look at this picture of our daughter." I'm like, "That's cool. Can we eat this steak and like enjoy each other?"
That's actually something that you mentioned on a previous episode was like having that like when we're away from the house, like be away from the house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like enjoy that.
It is hard, especially like when you're out with your partner and stuff, because I mean that's literally what your whole world is.
Yeah.
But I mean it's something that I think that we've had to try to like when we go out on dates, like, okay, we're not going to talk about the kids. Let's try to, if we say something, then we're like, okay, like stop talking about the kids. We got to move on.
Fuck those kids.
Yeah, like exactly. And you know what? Another thing about that too, I fully believe that all good parents are allowed to say "fuck them kids."
I think so
because we're with them all the time.
As long as
Take
like you're
care
not
of them.
actually like you don't like.
If you don't actually,
literal, right?
Yeah,
it's just like you need that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that like Malachi is always asking to stay up with us. Like we're very, I don't know if strict's the right word, but we're very protective of our night schedule, right?
Yeah.
It's like we have our decompression time where like we parallel play. So we'll come down here, we'll do showers and everything and all that, and then we'll come down here and like that's our relaxing time.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I
like
mean?
if we want to watch a movie together or watch a show or we want to, we'll game or and casually talk or whatever. But like,
but that's our adult.
It's
time.
our adult time.
Like,
we can
kids are
watch
not,
whatever we
what I mean?
want to watch. We don't have to be like, oh shit, we can't be here
That's
for
the thing.
this.
Like
or
we
something.
prioritize the kids
Absolutely.
like throughout the entire day,
All day.
and then we get to that fucking adult time, and you're
Those
trying
like
to
good,
protrude.
like 2-3 hours. Of
It's
Yeah.
literally, it's only
Yes.
like the 2 or 3
Yeah.
hours before we go to bed.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I want to watch this movie with you. And we're like, no.
You can watch it in your room by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And then Nick will be like, oh, what do you want to watch tonight? Or what should we watch tonight? And Malachi's like, well, yeah, what should we watch tonight? And we're
The
like,
fuck?
this is we, not we.
Yeah,
like, you're
exactly.
not included in this.
This is we shit, white man. You know
For
what I mean?
real.
Oh man.
But yeah, but like that's we have to protect that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
95% of the day, we're like, okay, it's all about the kids. But that last 5%, we're like, fuck those kids.
And that's one thing I got to work on, man. Is like we get our daughter to bed, and then it's like my lady and I time. We do the same thing, watch a movie. I'm like laying on her lap, and I'm quitting social media. That's like the goal. Is like I just noticed I'm just watching the dumbest shit ever.
Dude, you told me that months ago.
I'm trying. I got Instagram deleted. I
Okay,
deleted
got it,
Instagram.
okay.
You should
I just
delete
deleted
Instagram.
Instagram.
That's just
Yeah, I just
toxic.
deleted- yeah, bro. You just got to wing off it. You
Okay,
can't quit
yeah.
cold turkey. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's fair. Okay. Anyways.
And so I'll be laying on my lady's lap on X, right? Like Twitter, whatever you want to call it. She's watching a movie, and like I'm just watching like crypto, politics, jujitsu, funny shit going on, and then out of nowhere, ass. And I'm just like, oh god. And I don't look that shit up, dude. I'm just like looking, and then just boom, that pops up. I'm like, oh man, she thinks that I'm like watching this shit. So I'm like,
right.
I better get rid of this.
That's so funny.
I don't know why this Colombian ass is on my screen, babe. That's weird.
I don't know.
That's so
I have
funny.
no idea.
Yeah.
But no,
How did I comment on this post?
Yeah. Babe, I got hacked. It's crazy. But yeah, that's one thing I'm prioritizing is deleting that, just so when we do have our time, we can actually like focus on each other. you know?
Yeah.
But I believe you should have that, and then you should have your own time, whatever that.
Oh,
may be, right?
absolutely.
Like individually
Yeah.
or
Individually,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, yeah, of
Whatever
course,
you do,
yeah,
like if you like, there's times where I just want to go to the movies by myself, or go up in the mountains and just, or go shooting. I like to go shooting by
Yeah.
myself, and
That's
it
fair.
might sound weird, but it's just my like my own time to clear my head. I ain't got to talk
think
to
it makes sense,
nobody.
too.
I ain't got to do anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I miss the range just because like you're by yourself and you know what I mean. You do your
Reset, just
thing,
thinking
right?
your own self. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I could do the movies. No, fuck that. I probably could.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not-
You
a good
absolutely
movie?
could
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I probably could do
Tinseltown,
it.
bro.
You know
It's
what I mean?
fucking standard, man. I can't go to any of the movie theater. Tinseltown.
I
is
keep
the shit.
hearing Tinseltown.
Tinseltown.
What is that?
So it's a movie theater where they have there's like probably about 50 seats or so in there. It's like it's love seats. They recline, hot, cold. You get there about like 20 minutes earlier. You push a button, dude, and they literally come and you can.
It's like Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's right there off of I-25. And
Is Tinseltown Roadhouse?
Not Tinseltown. I'm sorry. No, that's down south. But Roadhouse off of. It's off.
Yeah,
of
we've been.
down,
That place is incredible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, we saw Sinners there.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That is a good movie. So we bought that.
Yes, we bought that. We bought that. Yes, we watched it twice already.
As soon as it came out on Voodoo, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it again."
Just wanted to make you have like that accent and just get you going.
Yeah,
And I keep getting like the soundtrack stuck in my head. Like I can't remember the words to it, but it's like the one main fucking theme song. I don't even know. I don't want to sing it now because I can't remember the words. I'm gonna sound dumb. But
it's a really good movie, though.
Such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
We were thinking about doing a
Wanna
review
watch it
on
again.
it, but I mean, we always can.
We should watch it again.
Anyways, okay. So the next segment, right, is Am I the Asshole, right? So typically every week I pick one Am I the Asshole story, and we see what Miranda thinks. Since we're doing this twice this week, we'll do the same thing, but get both your opinions.
Okay.
Right? Cool. So here's the headline of the story, right? Am I the asshole for telling my dad I don't want him to bring his new girlfriend to our family barbecue? I plan a big family barbecue for Father's Day. My dad recently started dating someone new, and while I'm happy he's happy, I didn't want her to come to this particular event. My reasoning: this barbecue is kind of a tradition where my siblings and I get some time with Dad because he's always at work. Plus, my stepmom passed away about a year back, so it feels sensitive. Just fair, I think. I told Dad I'd prefer if he didn't bring his girlfriend just to keep the atmosphere familiar. He got upset and said that she's part of the family now. We argued for a bit, but in the end, he didn't bring her to the barbecue. My siblings are divided. Some think that I'm too harsh. Others agree it's okay to keep some traditions special. Dad said if I keep this up, he might skip other events altogether. So am I the asshole for asking Dad not to bring his new girlfriend to a Father's Day barbecue?
Is she hot? See what I'm saying? Like
I don't think that's a factor.
I really thought he was gonna be like, she's my age, and I don't want to fucking be around her. That's what I really
They've already
thought
had a
it was gonna
stepmom that died, right? And this is a new girlfriend. Like, God damn, dude. Like,
That's true.
Yeah, maybe get to know him before you want to marry him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
be. Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't think you are. I think you're very blunt. I think you're very to the point. I mean,
So you don't think that this person's the asshole
no, I don't think that person's
for asking the dad not to bring the new girlfriend?
I
don't think so.
I don't think he's the asshole for asking for her not to be there per se.
I mean, there's a lot of variables. Like, is she kind of like, is she mean? Is she weird?
That's
is
what
she,
I was gonna say. I was like, what is there like more details about? Well, obviously not.
This one was shorter,
But
I think I think they're just trying to protect the event. They're trying to protect the tradition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think that.
But should traditions be allowed to change a little bit?
I think maybe he's bitter about something.
Maybe there's more to the story, right? There's
That's
probably,
what I was
The dad probably just keeps favoring these girls that he keeps bringing to his life, and they're probably just fed up with it. They're like, we don't want to deal with that anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know.
Well, what do you think about the threat, though? So he says here that Dad said if I keep this up, he might skip other events altogether.
Well, that just goes
what
to
do you
show.
think?
That goes to show his character that he's choosing this girl over his
Over the family? Yeah,
You know?
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah. I would say I don't know. I'm trying to like see everybody's perspective.
Yeah.
It's hard with a short story.
Yeah.
so-
I mean from the dad's side,
Definitely sounds like white people, huh?
this is absolutely some white people shit, 100%. Because
Usually-
like,
it usually
if
is.
I'm just
Who
saying,
brought
like,
the potato salad?
With the raisins.
if this was my family, everybody would be like, I can't believe they brought that bitch.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
Mexicans
Like-
would definitely be fighting, and someone would be crying.
somebody would somebody would say something
Exactly.
there probably. That's what I was thinking. Like
Exactly.
either they would just kind of like murmur and
then
like
she'd
play
want-
nice.
and then she'd wonder why there's like 75 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're talking about you, bitch.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know. I think it could go either way. I think the last Am I the Asshole one, I think I was pretty like, I was very sure, like, who was the asshole.
I thought everybody sucked in that one.
Everybody, yeah. This
But,
one is, I don't know. I think there needs to be more details for sure.
Yeah,
but I think,
mean, I do feel like if
it's a
his
valid
dad
request.
is serious about this girlfriend of his, I totally get where he's coming from with saying like, if you're gonna keep saying I can't bring her around, then I I'm not going to come around, because if I'm trying to be serious with somebody and then like my family's like, oh, we don't want her around, especially if they don't have a legitimate reason for not wanting her around. Okay, well then I guess I'm just going to stay where I'm happy. Like, why do I have to suffer because...
And it comes back to my first question, though, like, is she hot? Is that what
I don't think the family cares.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, is she the same age as the kids? Because if that was my initial thing. As soon as you said that he didn't want his dad's girlfriend coming around, I was like, they're the same age, aren't they? Because if that was the case,
I would also be curious. I would also be curious to find out if it's just this one event, because I understand like wanting to protect it because like the dad's always working and stuff like that. And it's Father's Day. It kind of seems like it's that specific event. But if it's like, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday parties, if you're trying to protect everything, that's different. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't know.
But some things should just be, you know, just for the family.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a shitty situation to be in all around though, because like.
But it also kind of sounds controlling too, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like this isn't like just a family, you know what I'm saying?
Who's doing the controlling, you mean?
When you're saying like sometimes it should be just a family. Like
I've always hated that. I'm not gonna lie. When people are like, only the family's invited, then I'm just like,
what is the cult?
What's actually not to deter or not to go off track too much, right? But the same thing happened with you.
I was gonna say your family treated me the exact same way.
We were together for not very long. And this is back in college, 14 fucking years ago now. Right? We were still in college and all that stuff. And I took her out to Vegas and then we went to Phoenix. And everybody, the entire family was against it, right? Because it was just like this very same thing, right?
Yeah, they were like, you guys haven't. We had almost been together for a year at that point.
Yeah.
And we were living together and everything.
They didn't want her to come out.
Yeah,
they're like, this is family only. It's like I get the.
Even there's a picture that we have somewhere of us on that night. We took several of that same one because they were like, we want one with just family. And it was like me and then one of your cousin's girlfriend was there. Only the two of us.
They're easy to pluck
It was
out.
only the two of us. They're like, we want one with just family and spouses. And me and her just kind of were like, okay. And like, we're like, oh, we'll take your guys' picture. It's fine. But I was like, I'm going to sit right up in front and center.
You guys were only together for a year at that point?
At that point,
We were almost. It was because we were there for New Year's. We had started dating, our February?
I think so, yeah.
So we were just coming up on a year.
Yeah. I can't say too much shit, bro, because I literally knocked my girl up in 3 weeks. You know, Mexicans do it the opposite way, bro. We have kids before getting married. It's a big commitment. Having kids,
but I got pregnant before we got married, so it's okay. But
oh, that's so funny. But so I get the controlling bit, man. Yeah. Like I don't agree with it, right? But I get like some things. Some people are just too controlling.
Controlling.
And obviously, I didn't listen to it. You know.
Yeah, we were still just kind of like whatever. And I knew what it was.
Either she comes or I don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna come out there then.
Yeah, and I mean I knew what it was the whole time when they were always like, oh, just the family. And I was like, all right,
but then when you were there, were they like kind of like side eyeing you and stuff like that, or were they?
I mean, not like.
They're like just like trying to.
I think they're very welcoming, just because like they're not like.
Every once in a while, there would be like little comments that I'd catch, and I was just
like the picture thing.
Okay.
Hey, get out of the picture real quick. You know?
Yeah, but I mean.
How about no?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, I grew up in a family of Mexicans, so I'm like.
Yeah, everybody's
okay.
Loud.
Yeah, I was like, oh, exactly. You made a little comment. Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I was like, that's not that big of a deal.
Ever recover? Yeah.
I know. I was like, all right, move on.
So to be fair, this could be the same thing.
Yeah.
If that were me, I probably would have just brought the
well, that's what I'm saying is that if he is serious about her, they're gonna have to get over it because it's not fair for them to be like, you can't bring this person that you like love or you know otherwise care deeply for like. That's not fair. And then also because like if he had been grieving and everything too, now you're gonna tell him that like he needs to go back to that. Like
grieving, what do you mean how?
They said that their stepmom died.
Oh yeah, year or
so
ago. Okay,
I mean
and that's fair.
Like this is a whole other conversation, but like y'all don't stay single, so what were they gonna think? I mean, obviously,
we're all human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need a partner. And
I think it creates resentment though. Like the longer you keep that up, like if they keep giving the ultimatum.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna create resentment, and it's gonna create that kind of thing. Kind of like when that happened with the Vegas and the Arizona thing, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if it had kept happening, then I think
no one really wanted us to get married either.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Wait, did you guys get married out in Vegas or
Hell
no?
no.
We got
like a year later.
I don't even know if we should get into that because there's like parts of it that people don't know.
That's true.
Like
true.
there's parts of it that like will really upset people.
Huh? Where'd you guys stay at in Vegas?
My parents used to live out there in Pahrump.
Okay. Yeah. I love the old strip. Oh, like Fremont Strip and stuff like that.
Fremont.
We walked down Fremont, and then the second time we went was when we walked up and down the whole
the main
strip.
No, God, no, dude.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know
when you
it
get to the end, it's so fucking sad.
Like if you actually walk down to the stratosphere, not a whole lot of people know. Like the stratosphere is like way down there. So like if you walk the strip, you still have like a mile to go to get to the fucking stratosphere.
It starts getting dark, not only because it's nighttime, but like the people. What do they call really sad down there?
What do they call those people? The homeless, the termites, not the termites. The mole people.
In the sewers.
The sewers people.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wild.
Just some of the people. Like I could tell we were getting further and further away from how busy it was.
Oh yeah.
And I think like by a few homeless people in, and Nick was like, "We should turn around."
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Vegas, I have friends who are all locals there. So every time we'd go party like. And like where all the locals hang out on Fremont, there's like a bunch of local bars. I had a friend that used to work at Herbs and Rye, so we'd be having a good time. And my friend grew up on the east side of Vegas, like in the hood. So sometimes we have a great time. Next, you know, we're in the middle of the hood drinking out of brown bags.
Dude,
and there's pit bulls and barbecues.
You are no longer on the strip at that point. You are way off the beaten path.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like when it started getting dark and everything, and like people started moving a little bit more shifty, I was like, we gotta.
You better be with a local at that point.
Oh yeah, but one thing I would say about locals in Vegas, bro, is you guys love to fucking walk. I have friends like every time we'd go, I was like, hey man, let's get an Uber and we'll go to this bar. No man, it's just like right down the road. 3 miles later, I'm like, holy
right down
fuck,
the road.
dude.
Everything looks like it's so close.
It's right around the corner, bro. It's right here.
Oh my god, no! I was so sore,
especially
for
August
days after
in the middle.
that.
No, fuck no! It's so hot.
I'm just like,
hell no.
It's fun, but
it's a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time on the strip living out there for the year that I did. But I don't think I would go back.
No,
honestly.
Vegas eat you up.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then, it's just like every time I'm on the plane, I'm just like, why did I fucking do this to myself?
Bro, there was one time we actually drove there from Riley, 22 hours straight through,
and there's nothing.
It was
bro.
awful.
Don't get me fucking started on Utah. Okay,
whiny roads.
There's nothing there.
Nothing at all.
Anybody from Utah, I'm sorry, but I fucking hate that
We got stuck in a
state.
blizzard driving through Colorado and the fucking mountains.
The 70, right?
I think so.
Through Denver, through the passage.
And it was so long.
Yeah, 20, and it was only for like a long weekend. I think we were there like 4 or 5 days.
I thought it was for like a week. It was during a block leave.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, bro.
No, especially 22 hours. We should have flown.
After that, we're like, we're never doing this again. But then when we flew, that next time we flew fucking Spirit.
Never again.
That was like the last time that we ever flew Spirit too, because our flight got canceled while we were on the plane. They were like, oh, sorry, we don't have enough flight attendants. And I was like, bullshit, I saw them when we got on the plane. I was like, I saw all them bitches standing up there.
I'll fucking serve drinks. Get us in the fucking air. You know what I mean?
So mad. I literally, while they're doing the announcement, I'm sitting in my chair. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
We were on the plane. Like we had boarded, and then they were like, everybody's got to get off. We're not taking off. Like, we don't have enough flight attendants.
So, and we had,
Spirit's fucking
at
trash.
the time, we just had Malachi, but he was little, so we had his car seat with us because we obviously drove to the airport where, you know, all this stuff. So we're like hauling him around. It's late at night, so he's sleeping. He was only a few years old at this point. So I'm like trying to carry him, carry his fucking car seat. We got our bags and everything, try to figure out how we're going to get home. I hate traveling sometimes.
Yeah, it was rough.
I think I'm over that shit. I'm not going to lie.
So I don't know how we got here, but I don't think that, well, I don't know.
No, I'm not entirely. I
It could be the
don't
asshole.
fully think that
It can
guy's
go
the
either way.
asshole this time, I guess. If it keeps happening, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
If this isn't the first time you've asked that, then you're the asshole.
But also, I think, like, I don't know, if you truly love this person or feel deeply, whatever, right? Just fucking, I'm gonna do it. You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Exactly.
I mean,
right?
yeah. Well,
So,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
like,
right.
you need to get over it. You don't get to dictate who people are in a relationship with, and if you're gonna put rules on whether they're allowed to come around, then they're allowed to put up that boundary and say, well, if they're not invited, then I'm not coming.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, it sucks that you have to deal with that with your kids, but like, there has to be something more.
Yeah.
There's something that's like built it up to this point. That shit doesn't come out of nowhere.
That's fair. Yeah,
one thing one of my leaderships told me, I'll never forget this. He was like, you know, if they're not fucking you, feeding you, or providing for you, their opinion doesn't mean shit.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's true though.
Yeah, it's very true. So next up is maybe it's not that bad. This one is about something that most people hate, but you actually don't mind. So again, I usually pick 4, and Miranda can only pick 1, and we save the rest for the other episodes. I'm throwing another curveball.
Okay.
And I'm choosing this time.
Oh.
So let's talk about criticism.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about it? Do you hate it, love it, ignore it, or let it fuel the fire?
If it's constructive.
When I was younger, I don't know why I couldn't take. I felt like they were talking down on me when they were taking constructive criticism. I just felt like, oh, am I an idiot? Am I this?
I think a lot of it is the tone too, and the delivery. Yeah. Like if you're
especially growing up like in a Mexican household where they don't teach you anything. It's just like
I was gonna say,
like,
there's
fucking
no
idiot, you're this, you're that. It's like, oh, cool, thanks, man.
Work hard. Work harder.
Work harder.
Exactly.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks. Thanks for the guidance. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really constructive criticism; it's just straight up criticism.
Yeah, or you can do like one thing I've learned is just like what like the like a shit sandwich where you like compliment, help out, and then compliment or whatever it's called. Have you ever heard of that? Like
I think
the concept, a little bit.
Yeah. But
I think, I think so. How you like layer it?
Yeah.
I think I
right.
I think I recall.
I think I've heard it
you're
referenced
doing good
different
at
ways,
this, but you should try this.
Yeah,
but you're also
exactly.
doing good
But that's what makes it constructive.
Yeah.
That's the difference between just solely criticism and constructive criticism. If you're criticizing them, you're just saying like you're doing this all wrong and it looks like shit and this is horrible. You did a bad job. If it's constructive, then you're like, this could be better if you would do it like this and da 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 and go and put in the effort and keep working at it, and it's going to look great at the end. There's a huge difference between the two.
I think it's very rare to get that kind of insight, though. I think most people are quick to just like give their opinion, and they're not gonna structure it in a way that you want to accept, like the shit sandwich or whatever, or like saying it nicely. Like most people are just going to just like in comments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. A lot of people,
Like in high school wrestling, dude, I used to have this coach. He actually wrestled with like Brock Lesnar back in his college days in Minnesota, and so I was wrestling in practice, and I kept trying to take this guy down, and I wasn't getting it. And instead of him like teaching me, he's just told the other guy, "Hey, if he does that again, put your fucking knee in his head." Well, I won't do that again.
Yeah, but that's not telling you how to fix anything.
Yeah.
That's not helping you fix your technique.
That's just, I mean, pain.
But again.
Yeah, exactly. But I think people are more likely to give you that kind of advice or opinion or whatever than they are like, constructive.
Absolutely.
Because I think people just want to like prove that they're right or that they're better or that they're smarter. Like that's how I feel about just straight up criticism, I guess, is like you just want to feel better about yourself. And that's why you're trying to make me feel like shit.
Right.
But, then if you do the constructive criticism where you're like, that's okay, but like, then it's like, well, you're right, I guess. It could be better. Maybe I will try those things.
That's one thing I got to work on, though, is like I tend to like not ask too many questions because I get nervous of like the whole fact of like, oh man, they're gonna know I'm an idiot. That's something I'm working on where I don't know what it is, but it's a thing with like me explaining like, hey, can you actually explain this or do this? My go-to right away is like, yeah. That's like my period in my sentence.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. One way that I've tried to combat that is just be like, okay, so just so I know that I'm like correct in this. This is what you mean, right?
Exactly.
And so I'll just make it sound like I'm clarifying, and like really I am trying to clarify that I'm understanding what you're saying, but sometimes I just
I
need
get that
an
monkey in my
extra
head.
minute. Yes, exactly. Or like sometimes I'm staring at you and I'm like, I'm not listening.
Selective hearing, right? Selective listening.
100%.
Like with me and my lady, I swear to God, she's very vocal, very talkative, very outgoing. Like, and I'm more like just chill. And she'll be telling me something, and I'll give her the most serious, straight face, and I'm looking at her, but I'm just like,
you're somewhere else.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're somewhere else. Yeah, zoning out. Yeah,
I'm in Vegas at some pool party. You know what I'm saying?
Listening to Afrojack. But just like because I start thinking about like something that like they'll be saying, and it triggers like me to think about something else, and then I'm like, oh shit, what were you saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I wasn't listening to anything you just
Especially
said.
if they ask a question, like, oh fuck, I've been zoned out for a while.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So you bring up another topic, like, so when you said that, but with the trash, I was gonna take it out, right?
That's so funny. I don't know. I've been met with a lot recently, especially like with starting the company and all that kind of stuff. But I found that the philosophy that I go after is that I kind of follow is I won't take advice from anyone who is not where I want to be.
Absolutely, I've learned.
You know what I mean?
It's
taken me a long time to learn that.
A lot of people talk, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, this works, that works, this works." I've been doing the same thing, dude. Like everybody I look up to is like, I want your life, whether it be your relationship, your financial status, whatever. It's just like everybody else is just smoky mirrors, right? Like they're just talking about shit that.
Right.
It's like you're not even there. It's like a person who's 500 pounds telling you about fitness advice. She's like,
that was one thing. That was something I was met with today. Is that somebody was trying to give me business advice,
really?
And they're not anywhere near. Where you know what I mean?
You're
where,
like, bro, just put the fries in the bag.
Dude, if you were, if you had like a successful business or like something like that, and I could learn from you, absolutely, I will take constructive criticism, right?
Yeah.
I want to learn from that. You know what I mean? Because like no one's perfect. I'm damn sure not fucking perfect. I'm learning new things every single day. But if you're not where I want to be, then what the fuck are you going to teach me?
Exactly.
Especially if I'm light years ahead of you already, and I'm continuing to build on that. Yeah. You're way back there, and you're like, hey, do it like this. The fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
also
I just
feel like when people come at you like that, are you like come at it as a way like, cool man, thank you, or do you kind of like, hey man, fuck off, or like, are you like kind of like?
So on a personal level, I address it differently.
Yeah.
But on a company level, right? So this was I was approached in a way that was more towards like talking to the company. Yeah. So I had to respond as the company, right? So it was very like, polite, and I appreciate the feedback and stuff like that. Yeah. And, that's something that I stress with the company is that we'll do everything in our power to not censor comments or like those kind of messages, right? Because it just seems like if somebody posts a comment that I don't like and I delete it, I'm just censoring. You know what I mean? That doesn't seem right to me. You know what I mean? So like I have to accept that feedback, but at the same time, like again, you're nowhere near where I'm headed. So why, thanks for the comment, thanks for the message. Yep. This message was fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
So I was like
one of those.
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, dude, like that's my philosophy at this point in life. Is just like, if you're not where I want to be, then I don't want to fucking hear it.
Like I got an amazing friend, man, who's a phenomenal father. Like his kid is like the most like ideal, perfect kid ever. Just very respectful, very like. His mannerisms are amazing, like super humble kid. I'm just like, oh my God, that's what I want my daughter to be like. So every time like I'm doing something wrong, I never spank my daughter. I never do any of that. One thing I got to work on is like raise my voice. Sometimes I get a little too mad, and then after I'm just like, man, why did I yell at her? Or why?
Yeah, right, yeah, of course, yeah.
So there's things like that I'm working on, but yeah, that's very true, man. I definitely believe.
Yeah.
That way
yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess I've like realized over the years that I don't know if it's gonna sound kind of sad, I guess. I don't like look up to anybody because
that's
like
not weird at all.
I felt like that for years. Just always, when I see it, it's always just like, okay, well, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to behave that way.
So you kind of see like that's the don'ts.
Yeah.
That's still a valuable lesson.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can still learn just as much.
I don't know. Just, I've always kind of wondered that, I guess like randomly, what is Malachi? He's always like, shower thoughts. But no, like that's one of those things that I'm just like, if anybody were to ever ask me like, oh, who's your idol, or who do you look up to? I don't have one.
No. People used to look up to Bill Cosby. Look how that fucking turned out.
Yeah, that's why.
Some people idolized fucking Diddy.
Like, I'm not gonna listen to his music in public, but you know, I'm driving and
well,
you know.
no, R. Kelly, the music,
that's right.
What is it? The royalties from his music go to the victims now. So play the music.
Yeah, play the music. Yeah.
I mean, but still, I get it. I wouldn't listen to it in public. I always kind of, even when like if something comes on, I'm just like.
Yeah.
And then I'm okay, that's right. The royalties go to the victims. It's
honestly,
okay.
The last person that I truly looked up to was Andre. I know I never told you about this.
Yeah.
Andre, so that was back when I was at Pahrump, Vegas. I was working out there for a good year, right? And he was like a mentor to me. He taught me a lot of shit. He taught me how to fucking ride a dirt bike.
Okay.
A fucking ATV. He saved my life. So we were gonna go out riding one day, we were gonna go riding in the desert. I was on the quad, and he was gonna be on the dirt bike. And he's like, "Dude, I got a bad feeling, man. You put on the vest today, like the vest." You know and I was like, "Dude, that's fucking stupid." He's like, "Dude, I got a bad feeling, man. Just do it." I ended up fucking going over this hump, this ramp.
Yeah.
And then before I could even like turn, there was a fucking tree stump right there.
Ooh.
My chest went straight into the fucking centerpiece of the fucking quad, of the ATV. And dude, if I wasn't wearing that, my chest would have fucking shattered. But yeah, up to then,
That's
like, dude,
Final Destination shit,
right?
Oh yeah, it was rough. Dude, and I couldn't breathe, even with the vest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't breathe. But yeah, this dude was a mentor to me. And he taught me a lot of shit about like construction and tools and how to build stuff and stuff like that. That was the last person. I mean, I think he's a meth head right now.
Yeah.
He went
but you got out of it. You got what you learned out of it, and kind of like, hey man, like life ends up taking you separate ways, right? Like, you're not gonna be with a person like that, people like that forever. Just kind of like, hey man, cool.
Yeah.
But that was the last person I actually like truly like I looked up to. You know what I mean? And ever since then, like even before then, I don't remember anybody that I truly looked up to. And then even especially after that, like. I don't have anybody that can be like,
no.
I want to be like this person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really just looking. I'd rather look at like better versions of myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just try to be like, okay, so like, how can I be better moving forward?
I would rather look up to that image than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tough too, especially if you're on the road where like pretty much none of your family is, right? So you can't like refer back to like, hey, how do I do this or how do I do that? It's kind of like you're writing the whole book now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like I love my family to death, but I feel like I'm more financially well off than pretty much all of them, and I've built this life, and it's just like when it comes to finances, like I'm learning all this stuff. Like my dad keeps all his money in my old dress blues. Like he doesn't trust the banks. He just
That's
like
wild.
Yeah.
Why you're dressed blues?
I have no fucking
What?
They're safe.
What?
Oh yeah. That's where he's straight from Mexico, bro. He's just like, mijo. He's like, don't trust the fucking banks. They just fucking want to take your fucking money and just keep it under the mat. Just old school shit. I'm just like,
so
you got to show proof of income to like buy anything.
Do anything. Do fucking anything, right?
Yeah.
Statements
I love him to
or
death,
something.
man, but it's just like,
That's funny.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's
there's definitely stuff like, that family members have said, and I'm like, that doesn't really apply anymore. But thank you
Exactly.
for sharing your wisdom. I appreciate you trying.
Like, sometimes you just have to do that.
A lot of the time I do that. I think
Thanks for sharing.
I think more than anything, I do that where I'll play it off where I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know that, or whatever, to appease them. Cause I'm like, what point is it going to make for me to like push back on this thing that I know I'm not going to change your mind. I know that you think that you're right, especially when they're older. Like, they're just from that time where like your elders know everything. You respect your elders.
There wasn't
you don't
like
question your
no
elders.
ChatGPT or anything to like fact check them. You know
No.
Yeah,
So
right.
you're
Don't
just
wear your
like,
socks or wear your socks. You're gonna get sick if you know what I'm saying.
right? Yeah. So there's a lot of things.
Google says
where
you're full of shit.
so there's a lot of things where I'm just like, oh wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Or like,
Okay.
I mean, not to get off topic, but like, say like you've done something in your life and you're kind of like, all right, cool, like getting a degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a cousin who's around my age, and he's just such a mama's boy, and like, I think he just got his bachelor's, and I forget what degree he got. They're throwing him. He's 30 years old, bro. He's a grown ass fucking man, right? Throwing him a party. Mom's like, yeah, we're gonna go to your cousin's graduation party and do all this. I'm like,
For a grown ass man?
yeah, and I'm thinking like, Mom, I'm on my 3rd bachelor's degree right now. Like,
Yeah.
you guys never fucking threw me a party. Like,
Yeah, that's
what?
what I was gonna say. I was like, I had a graduation party for high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like they're doing
I
like
never
this, like,
had a
but
party after that.
just like babying him and stuff, and I'm just thinking like, Like that's cool. Like I just want like just like when you've succeeded so far in life and people are doing certain things like when they buy a brand new car and they're just like super happy and they're posting about it, like congratulations, you bought a depreciating value. And now you're in debt.
I'm glad for you. That's great and everything. But like the constant, like expecting constant praise for shit. That's where I'm like, shut up.
Like, that's wild to me.
I remember we did this like 2-day event. It was like the best sapper competition type thing for our battalion.
Okay, yeah.
2-day event. It was our squad. I was a 249 gunner dude and like haven't slept in like days. Just fucking going. We ended up winning and we won our Army Achievement Medal. And then I remember we took the pictures, we're all hyped and everything. And I remember my platoon sergeant, just crazy motherfucker. He's like, because I still had it on my ACUs. He's like, bro, stop fucking gloating. Take that shit off and back to work.
Yeah, right.
Like, all right, my bad. 20-year-old me is, all right, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's so funny.
But it's just, just people want that praise. Like, oh, look at me. I just did something. I was like, cool.
Yeah, right.
I know. I mean, I don't know. I guess after I got my degrees, I was like, yay, I did it. And then, like,
kind of just move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, once I reached that target, me personally, right? Just kind of, I reached that goal or that peak of that mountain, and I just look for the next one.
The next
target. You
By
know,
that point, and I was just I'm so fucking done with school. I don't even want to think about it. Like, cool, I did all that work on my fucking piece of paper. Like, because I'm so mad. Like, I probably just got done writing a fucking paper or something. Right. And I'm like, fuck this shit.
I can imagine like going to a party for like me graduating like my bachelor's or something like that. Because like by the time we do the party, like I'm already on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fuck that. Especially when I'm 30.
I think because you're on the mindset of like, it's just a thing that you're doing, but that's not your final goal. Like you have this big thing in your mind, right? But to them, it's like, I checked this box off. Now I can go gloat about it. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess because I just always felt like that was something that I like expected myself to do in a way, like getting the degree. So that's why I never like felt like, oh, this is huge achievement, I guess, because it was like, well, I planned
so to use the next
like,
logical
it was just like, well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, right.
Like,
that's fair.
I don't know.
Well, it's still a big achievement.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
I mean,
you just have to gloat about it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I guess maybe just because I'm so far in it by that point that I'm just like.
Well, you also have like 6 degrees. So.
Yeah.
3.
Oh, you know. Well, that's why I joined the military, dude. That's why I joined the military is because like I did not. Well, I wasn't about school, dude. I barely graduated high school. Like I got suspended so many times for fighting. One time I was hooking up with this chick at the dugouts. They suspended me for that. And I remember my old math teacher was this Vietnam infantry guy, and he's just like, "What are you gonna do with your life?" Like he's just like, "Are you gonna go to school?" It's like, this is what I told him verbatim, dude. I'm just like, dude, fuck school. I'm joining the military. I don't give a fuck. And then he's looked at me, he's all, all right. And I never understood what he meant until one time we were training. It was like -10 with wind chill. We're at the demo range blowing stuff up. And I was standing out there, sleeping outside. I'm trying to light a cigarette, and it would not light. And then that's when I snapped, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here? And then that's when I'm like, that's what he meant. I was like, school doesn't sound that bad anymore.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's when it clicked. I'm like, dude, I'm going to school.
This is why we need a military episode for that kind of shit right there.
That's true.
Shows for days. Yep. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I guess I just always like, because I would get bored and go back to school too.
Well, I would, like, you know, my dad had 3rd grade education from Mexico. My mom got knocked up before she had high school, so school wasn't a thing. Like after the 7th grade, like what can they really tell me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and then growing up, I always thought school was for the rich and the very smart kids. And then I started going through college, and I'm like, there's a lot of fucking idiots in here.
Yeah. There's so many dumb people in college. It's
and then it goes back to what we're talking about, where people just love to talk. The people, you know,
I mean, there's some people with masters that are fucking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like dumb. People, you can let that be a lesson. You can literally do anything because there are the dumbest fucking people out there doing.
They might be book smart. They might be book smart, but they're not street smart.
That right there. That is
exactly.
That is a huge part of life.
Like who would you listen to? Who would you listen to business advice? Like people who are like El Chapo, or people who got business degrees. You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny. Complete opposite.
Yeah. I got the business degree.
That's
I'm going to
so
listen to what El Chapo has to say because I feel like maybe.
Yeah.
Doing something right here.
Yeah.
I feel like he knows some things that I don't.
Exactly.
Some things I'm not going to get from that degree.
Yeah, just don't chop my head off, you know?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Can I learn online?
Yeah. Where do I submit my resume to you
That's
guys?
so funny. Oh, God. Okay, so I think we're going on to the last segment, which is I want to start with a bum story.
Oh, yes.
So-
Bum fight.
So you're in a park.
Dude.
Let's fucking hear it.
Set the
Let's
scene.
go. Yeah, man. So
Picture it.
It's Panorama Park. It's on the south end of town by the airport. Beautiful park. Horrible fucking area to have a park, man. There's just homeless crackheads everywhere.
The parking lot over there is shit, too.
It is. It's so horrible.
It's
And
so bad.
so we had a friend get there early to hold the pergola, and she's like 100 pounds soaking wet. Tiny little fucking thing, dude. And so as I'm pulling up, she is holding the spot. There's a homeless dude in the corner charging his phone on this outlet, and it was kind of a funny scenario walking up to, because it's him in the corner squatted on his phone. It's her crisscross applesauce sitting in the pergola crying. So what the fuck is going on? And I just thought like, hey, you know, I said, are you all right? What's going on? And she's like crying, and I'm just like, are you okay? And she's like, no, he called me a bitch. And as I'm looking towards him, he's looking at me, so he hears me. And then he, like, right away, he's just like, 10 in the morning, bro. He's just like, yeah, what's up? I fucking did it. And then he, like, stood up and squared up. And listen, brother, I grew up scrapping, so it's kind of like that thing of, like, I'm always down for a good fight, man.
Yeah.
10 in the morning, I guess. I had my chanclas on, right? I kicked those fucking things off.
Kicked them off.
Yeah. Whack. And then I grabbed my phone, set it down, my keys, threw them. And he squared up, took his shirt off, right? Like, are we fighting or are we fucking, you know? And so
That's the funniest shit to me. When guys take their
shirt
shirts
off.
off to fight.
I felt like I was in a fucking Ray J video.
Like, do you need to get moved up and shit?
Yeah. I felt like I was in a fucking early
If I
2000s.
had one wish.
I'm like, God damn, bro. And so, you know, I wrestled in high school, did a little bit of jiu-jitsu, a little bit of stand-up, nothing too crazy, I would say. But so he squared up, and right away I'm thinking, I don't know if he's got a gun, a knife, a dirty needle, or what.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
I have my pregnant wife, her friend there, and I grew up with the women in my life. I'm very protective, right? You're not gonna. He called her a bitch. He was being aggressive, so I have 30 years of built-up bangers. So when this guy stood up and squared up, I was like, thank God.
Almost like it's about time.
Yeah.
So we squared up. I'm trying to close the distance. I'm not trying to like haymaker chuckle it down and try to knock this guy out, but I'm trying to close the distance and like really scrap up so I can like wrap up with this guy and take him down and just start teeing off. And I think he realized like, oh shit, this guy's kind of standing in a way like he might know what he's doing. And he kind of had this weird little stance, and he's like shuffling like back and forth. So kind of like we're fucking dancing around the whole park. And I couldn't get him. I got little arms. I'm only 5'7". Like I'm not gonna fucking swing and completely miss. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm just picturing you in this bum. Like,
Yeah. And then it got to the point, so I'm yelling at him. I was like, dude, you're a bitch, dude. I was like, how are you gonna be disrespecting a woman but won't fight a grown man? And so he's shuffling back and forth. And he got to a point where he came towards me, and with my right leg, I just checked his thigh really hard. Kicked it kind of wrong. My fucking toes still hurt. With my bad feet, you know what I'm saying?
oh yeah. Yep.
You don't kick with your tongue.
I kicked him, and then this is when I knew he didn't want to fight. This is when I knew he didn't want to fight.
The story gets so good.
He looked at me, and then I know he's like, hold on, let me stretch real quick. He's like, let me stretch real quick. And then in my head, I kind of like dwindled down, like I'm not in a fight or flight mode, like a protection. I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't want to fight. But he's still squaring up. And then as I'm like going back, he has all his stuff all over like a fucking crackhead. His phone charger, his tent, his random stuff. Like I'm mad because we're not fighting. You know, I'm like, dude, come on. Like I'm pissed off about my dad smacking me when I was 10 years old. Like yeah,
I just started thinking about all fucked up shit.
I'm looking at your dad. And kicked all his shit, and then he started saying something. So then again, we squared up. I'm like, oh, here we go. And so he was a black homeless dude, right? And I squared up with him, and out of nowhere, he hits me with like the N-word with the hard R, and I'm like, in my head, I'm so psychologically thrown. Yeah, he hit me with like the hard R, and I'm just like,
wait,
what? In my head, I'm thinking, what do you mean?
What? I'm so glad this episode is gonna have the video attached to it to see he's not black.
And I'm just
crying, laughing.
When I told her the story,
and then I'm kind of laughing in my head, but I'm also serious because I know what the fucking guy's capable of. And I just yelled at him like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude!" And then out of nowhere, the cops walk up, 2 cops. And then I'm just like thinking like someone probably called the cops because there's people out there. And then they're like, "Hey," this is a funny part. The cops like, "Hey, we saw the whole thing."
they were just watching the whole fucking time.
Like, we thought you guys were joking. Because from far away, it looked like
you guys were dancing.
It looked like you guys were dancing. It was dance practice.
But before, so before they walked up, right? I kicked the shit out of him. And there's like this cholo guy with his family, right? There's like, you can tell he's a little hood, right? Probably listen to like Little Rob or something. And he's like, "Hey, fool, get away from my table." And I'm just like, dude, he fucking called my lady a bitch. Like, he's super disrespectful. And then the guy's like, fair enough.
Fair enough.
He's like, all right, got it.
And then, the cops came up and they were just like, "Yeah, we thought you guys were joking." I'm just like, no, dude.
No, man, I'm fighting right now.
You didn't see me.
You saw me
didn't see me kick him with my toe?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Broke like 3 of my fucking toes. No, but it was funny because the cop was like, "Yeah, we saw him kick you." I'm like,
"That's so
yeah,
funny."
he definitely. Yeah. And then
Don't look at my toe right now.
Yeah. And I just got off. So I mean, this could probably be another topic, but I just a week prior, I just got off probation. I did all my stuff.
Yeah.
And then this guy did that, and the couple's like, "Yeah, we're probably gonna get you guys up for like fighting." I'm just like, "Oh, brother, no,
Oh, brother."
Yeah. Hogan just like, "Oh, brother."
That was my first. That was my first thought when he told me the story. I was like, "Bro, you just got off probation."
But the guy was being super aggressive, and he told the cops like, "Yeah, I started it and this and that." And I think it was just a homeless guy that just wanted somewhere to sleep.
I was gonna say he.
And the cop was like, "Dude," he's like, "Yeah, do you want to press charges?" I'm just like, "No, dude, I just
want to go."
Yeah, I just got to sit up for this baby shower for my baby to be here, and just like I got to deal with fighting a homeless dude.
Wasn't there at one point where you were chasing him?
That's where we were dancing. Like, we're going back and forth. So I'm literally, dude, I'm standing in this fucking fighter position, right? Like, I look like I'm fucking fighting to the death with this dude. I'm trying to close the distance, and he's just like shuffling. At one point, dude, I was seriously tired of fucking dancing with this guy. I was like, are we fucking fighting or not?
Right?
So funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just, but yeah,
It's so good.
So funny.
in conclusion, if you're ever having, built up aggression, just try to fight a homeless dude on the Cimarron Bridge.
Just find a bum.
Just go down to Panorama Park.
Exactly.
Nobody listening to this, don't follow that guidance. We don't condone this in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
No, but
You had said that there was another story you wanted to share that you were thinking of. You said
dude.
funeral.
So I had a client today. I've cut him for a very long time. Great dude. So he came into the shop, and I noticed that he got a haircut. I didn't say anything. I was like, whatever. And he's just like, "Yeah, man, I had to go get a haircut because there's a funeral I had to go to." And this lady fucked my beard up. And he's just like, ranting. I'm like, "Don't worry, bro, I got you. I can fix it. I can fix the beard. I just can't fix ugly, right?" And so he was saying, he's like, "Yeah, at this funeral, apparently his sister-in-law's grandma died, right? So this is like a lot, like they had to go to the funeral and everything." Mm-hmm. And he said, it's fucked up, but during the funeral, the grandma's sister had a stroke and died.
Fuck.
At the funeral, dude.
it's a 2-for-1.
2-for-1, bro.
That's
Can you imagine that?
That's
Honestly,
wild. Oh.
If I was the family, I would have been like, "Can we just?"
Yikes. same casket kind of thing?
Yeah, throw one in
They
there.
were young girls together. They probably.
Like, what are the odds? Like
That's
the
really
sister
fucked
died.
up.
Yeah, dude.
Can we just pop it open and just throw her in?
And then that's when me and him were talking.
That's fucking terrible. That is fucking terrible.
Dude, and the thing is, he was like, I was telling him, I was like, dude, my biggest fear, I don't know why this is my biggest fear, is dying. I mean, we're all going to die. It's inevitable, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
The worst part is dying while taking the fattest shit of your life. You know?
Like,
that
are
how
you
Elvis
dying
went?
from? Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Well,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
he couldn't shit. That's why he died.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know. Anyways.
I think it was like,
Wait, who?
wasn't it? Because he didn't shit for like forever.
I thought he overdosed.
I thought he overdosed.
Yeah, I think he
Well,
overdosed.
he had been so sick and everything, but no, I saw this thing that he hadn't shit for like months or so before that.
That's what I'm saying,
And
bro.
like
Why
that
is that
was
your biggest
part
fear?
of.
Because, like, bro, just imagine the dudes, right? Like, just like the EMT coming, they just see you fucking
I think it's the coroner. At that
pants,
point.
yeah, your pants down, fucking
no,
blown
I
up
don't
bathroom, like just fucking hunched over. Just
But you're not going to be there to see it.
I know, but they're gonna be talking shit. That's what I'm saying.
It makes
dude.
things easy
Yeah,
for
yeah.
cleanup. You're right there.
I thought you were going to say something about being buried alive.
No,
That's
no.
my fucking biggest
I thought you were gonna say that too. Yeah.
No, man, just like dick
Oh.
hanging out and everything.
Oh
It's
God,
Man.
no! I would hate.
It's not
to
your problem anymore, right?
I would hate to fall to my death, but I have high hopes that if I were to fall to my death, I would die of a heart attack before I hit. So
The worst would probably be
Yeah.
like you not dying if you fall, and you're just there like
that part.
That's actually, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We just saw the story. I don't know. It's probably a couple months ago. But you told me about a story that the skydiver, like the chute didn't open. He fucking survived or some crazy shit. Like, it was
That's-
something wild. Like, something like that. Like, could you imagine, like, falling that far? Like, you know, we're talking 10,000 feet or something.
and you
for
survive.
and somehow you survive. Like, that's fucking insane.
Oh, but
like,
he's probably paralyzed for the rest of his life. He's probably just a
I
vegetable.
mean,
know,
some-
yeah.
I don't know. You gotta be
Yeah.
like, what are?
I'm sure there's something that slowed his fall. There's something, you
Yeah.
know, something
I
there.
don't
But,
know.
but just like, either like your chute's not opening
Yeah.
or like you jump without a chute or whatever the case may be, and like you actually like survive the whole ordeal.
Do you think
that's
do you
wild.
think you get an adrenaline dump that you're just like so fucking like you're thinking about life and like everything like stuff like that? You think?
Well,
What
the
do you mean
reason I
adrenaline
have
dump?
high hopes for
What do you mean by
the
not adrenaline dump, but like an adrenaline rush, right?
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure,
So like
yeah.
after I fought that homeless dude or whatever you want to call it, like I was explaining to the cop everything. Like I was chill, but for some reason, dude, my mouth got so fucking dry. I'm just like, yeah. So he came at me and I just yeah. But see, I've always had these weird things when I have really bad adrenaline rushes. Like, dude, when I was wrestling in high school, for some reason, I'd always have to take a shit.
Yeah, you
before
told me that before.
every
That's
tournament.
so-
Like,
that's
an
so weird.
anxiety shit.
bad, really bad. I
Do
just,
you think it's because
like
of
your
the
body's
actual
reaction.
like wrestling, or because of like everybody's watching you? Like
no anything, bro? Like literally, every time I get a bad adrenaline rush, whether it be like fighting in life or anything, I just had this weird like, oh, I gotta
It's
take
just
a
a
shit.
natural
Yeah,
reaction
yeah.
that your body's like, we have to get rid of anything that like we
Exactly,
can't use.
when you were squaring up with the bum.
Yeah.
Did you get that feeling?
No, I was so.
You weren't
calm.
like trying to spot
No.
the porta potty or nothing.
No, no. What if I just shit myself? No, dude.
You want to be crazy?
Yeah, dude. So when I was doing jiu-jitsu for a little while, I trained up for this tournament, and the place I was training at, I had a fight in front of the whole class after practice. I'd have to the week prior, the professor would be like, "Okay, man, you're gonna fight another white belt." Cool. And I wrestled, so I feel like a lot of times I'd have a dominant position. I'd be working these guys, but I had to cut 10 pounds in 5 days.
God damn.
I fucked off. So what I did is I took a 3-day laxative.
Oh.
So I wasn't really eating, bro. I just would do it wrong, just cutting weight. And I was working this guy, dude. And there had to be like 40 people watching us fight. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm holding
shit on
him,
him.
and I'm close. So I'm like in his guard. I'm trying to pass it. I'm like on top of him, and I could feel it turtling, dude. I could feel it like it was like I was
Like prairie dogging it?
Like I almost thought about just moving states because like, how would you come back from that? You know, what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think you do, bro.
You don't come from back.
I think.
No.
So I literally held him and I stalled, and I'm just like, Lord God, if there's a God out there, just please don't.
What if he just like leans on your stomach and it just fucking game
It
over?
would have came out, but luckily I was on top of him.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just like stalling. It looked like I'm just like stuck there, and I'm just pinching my butt cheeks.
Trying not to shit on this guy.
I'm pinching my butt cheeks. Luckily, my ass is hairy, so would have not a lot of shit came out, dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
The greatest thing about this is like he tells me this shit while he's cutting my hair, and I have to stay still. And I was like, dude, this is unreal. Like,
Dude,
what the fuck?
Dude, it was a battle.
Another one.
What?
Do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay, so next one, right, that I want to hear, that I want to show Miranda, is the one where you're in the club So you're in a scuffle with somebody, and then he comes up behind you. Can you tell that story?
Yeah. So we're
That's
actually
fucking hilarious.
we're at club. What's that club off of Academy where it's like hip hop and
Dude, we don't go to clubs.
I don't.
We can't help you.
I forget the club name, but so we're on the hip hop side, right? And like our girls are on the dance floor chilling. I went to go get a drink. I don't know where my buddy went, and as I'm walking up, there's this tall, skinny dude, and he's like aggressively trying to like dance on the girl I was with at the time, and like pretty much put his junk on her, right? And I like as I'm walking up, she did this whole like sidestep karate kick and like kicked him. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think I had a drink or two in my hand. I'm walking up. I'm just like, and then, so I think I had drinks or something going on, and like he like was, you can tell he's mad. And I'm just walked up to him like, hey, yo, dude, like what's up? Chill.
Yeah.
And then he kind of was like, ooh, like did this weird like little kid like I want to hit you, you know? And I'm just like, whoa, dude. And I put my hand on him, and as I put my hand on him, he kind of like punched me. I wasn't like hurt. I was kind of like, what the fuck? So I kind of like, and he was tall, dude. He hovered over me. So I'm like pushing up against him, and out of nowhere, dude, like out of nowhere, fucking my buddy is a little bit, he's probably like 5'10", around there. This dude is like fucking Superman. I don't know where the fuck he came. He like, somehow, I'm with this guy holding him, and then my buddy comes over, punches him. I don't know that. I'm holding this guy. And next thing you know, I'm holding him, and I'm flying with the guy.
He doesn't let go.
Yeah. Like, I didn't let go. And then me and this dude go flying on the dance floor. And we drop the guy. And next thing you know, this dude's curled up in a ball. And I am kicking the shit out of him. And my buddy is grabbing this dude's head and bouncing it like a basketball off the floor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then this guy, he probably had to be like a military guy. It's like a big military club. This dude got me in a full Nelson, and I'm just like, he's like, stop, bro. And I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm done. we can leave. I'm good. It was so funny, dude. Yeah, like just like, God. We flew, bro. We went flying. Like,
I just love the part of the story where you guys don't let go of each other and you just fly together.
Yeah,
I fucking love
this
it.
Is me.
Because that's all I picture.
He punches him, and I'm just whoa, and we go flying. And then the guy curls up in a ball, and I'm over him, and I'm pissed. Now I'm just hitting him, and then my buddy's just bouncing his head off the dance floor.
Dude, and then the wildest stories. I
got a lot more of those. We'll definitely bring those up at another podcast.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We definitely should.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ended up in these situations, man.
I don't know either, man.
We could, but one of these days we'll talk about the time I got tasered by the cops downtown.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
All right, that's it for this week's episode of Ranting, the Rant Files. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see everyone next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good one, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.